أنا اسمي أحمد الحمادي، المدير العام لشركة نسيج. أحب أن أقدم لكم نبذة مختصرة عن مشروعنا القادم Canalview. اختارت الشركة أن يكون مشروعنا القادم في جزيرة دلمونيا. جزيرة دلمونيا لا تبعد كثيرا عن مطار البحرين، وهي محاطة بالماء من كل الجوانب. ومشروعنا هو عبارة عن 4 بنايات متصلة بمزنين واحد. يشتمل المشروع على 250 شقة متنوعة من استوديو وغرفة واحدة وغرفتين وثلاث وأربع. وأكثر ما راح يميز المشروع هو وجود حدائق داخل البنايات وعلى المزنين، ويمكنك أيضا قضاء وقت ممتع على ممشى دلمونيا والذي يمتد بطول 1.6 كيلومتر مارا بالمجمع الكبير مجمع دلمونيا.
When we've looked at this, we look at the market, we look at similar projects. We also look at successful projects globally. We look at London, New York, Dubai, look at the range of finishing out there. And you know, we try and match or exceed that. And there's no sense in trying to undercut. If you put the money into the finishes, you read it in the end product.
The key to the architecture above the podium was to create 4 distinct towers that create a landmark feeling. They have the impression of floating over the top of the podium and the gardens, and there they have balconies, and again we've positioned all the towers so we can maximise views towards the water, so everybody gets an oblique view. The larger apartments have been brought to the front, so they get the larger balconies, and they are more in contact with the urban context and obviously the canal down below.
We've actually got great views on all aspects. We've got great light coming between the towers, views out over the amenity, out over the canal. It's a great site in that respect, and we've capitalised on that.
So what's quite nice about the Middle East now is that they're starting to understand urban context, urban places, streets and squares again, which they used to have 100 years ago, and now they're realising that, yep, it's great, we can be outside. It's only 2 months of the year that is actually particularly hot. So there's a great outdoor environment here for singles, couples and families to enjoy.
When we've looked at the design across the board, you're juggling 2 elements between this whole complex and then the individual apartments. You want this feeling of exclusivity across the development, and we've got that in our swimming pools and our gym and our lounges. You know, it's the feel of like a top-end hotel. But then in the apartments, we're prescribing a lifestyle, but also leaving room to personalise. Someone can move in and they can picture themselves in there. They could move in as it is, and they could happily just furnish it, or they can see how they might adapt it themselves. So it's a coherent whole, but also there's room for personalisation within the apartments.
We want to maximise the views, we want to maximise the value of the water side. The site is split into probably 3 levels really. We have the commercial retail level at ground and first floor, and then we have to create an amenity deck basically for the residents, and then above that we're creating the apartments and the blocks. The key to the architecture was to create a podium that worked well with the canal. We've split that onto 2 levels. We've created courtyards and walkways so we can create an interactive kind of al fresco restaurant scenarios as people walk along the canal, and it infuses it. It creates an urban lifestyle basically.